Alrighty guys, so today we're gonna put a fridge in the OBS so we can hopefully take ice cream floats wherever we go in this heat. And also we're potentially gonna go pick up a new build for the channel, so let's get to it. Alrighty guys, so we are back in Justin's truck with his trailer way back over there. And we're gonna go pick up what should hopefully be a pretty cool truck, sort of. Again, we're super excited about this thing. I didn't even know these things existed until a few months ago when we saw one on Facebook, and one just came up for sale, and now we're away from my house for dirt cheap. Hopefully that's not a bad sign.
I will agree. I've seen these a few times before, but they're pretty rare.
Yeah.
And this one in particular I have not seen, which I will tell Joel off camera, so it's not spoiled yet. But I have not seen one in this configuration, so yeah, it'll be very, very cool. It'll probably take a fair bit of work, to be honest, but long term it'll be badass.
Yeah, let's just say that I'm gonna learn how to renovate, how to become a construction worker, basically.
Home builder, dude.
Which, I mean, you just built the house. I mean, you're perfect for this project.
Yeah, I'm trained up, dude.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there you go. Yeah, but no, this is gonna be pretty exciting, and I mean, we're putting the Justin's OBS with the new KC Turbo, the intercooler, to the test, and so far it's been doing wonderful, huh? Yeah,
it is fantastic. So I mean, you'll see when we get out and show the trailer, but it's a home built trailer. It's overbuilt, realistically.
It's heavy duty.
It's pretty heavy, empty, and still maintaining like 200 degrees cooler EGTs. We did a couple smaller pools and able to maintain 65, and I mean, keeping it at 10 to 12 pounds of boost on the highway, which is sick. So very, very happy with it so far. But the true test will be when we pick up this project and make the hill back out of Camp Verde, because if you live in Arizona, it is a steep ass hill
and long, and yeah, this thing looks like it's heavy, so we'll see how we do. Again, we'll check back in once we get to the place. It's basically at a junkyard, which is not a good sign, but again, the body and everything from the pictures, from the posting, looked really nice. But I mean, again, it's marketplace, so you never know where you're gonna get. So again, we'll check back in once we get to the spot. All right, guys. So, man, we made it to the truck. This is what we came to look at. Now, on the way here, we were pretty sure that we were gonna buy this. Now, we're kind of thinking how big of a project we really want to take on, because obviously this thing is freaking cool. I mean, it's a freaking Fisher's Bullnose with the freaking camper. It's really, really cool. But the thing is that this is kind of how I saw it on the listing, and I knew that the interior was going to be trash, but the body itself seemed like it was in decent shape. But the thing is that the main thing is the roof is basically collapsed on this thing. Like, let me show you up there. Pretty collapsed. You know, even the step is gone. So basically all the wood, because it's been getting rained on for so long, I think it's all rotten, as you can see right here. That's pretty, it's pretty soft. So the thing is that, do we want to save this thing, or should we, pass up on it? It's kind of the whole thing right now. Like, it's clean, guys. Like, look at that cluster. It looks brand new. It's got, I mean, who knows how many times it's rolled over, but it says 69,000, and the interior kind of feels like 69,000. Like, look at this headliner over here. Like, it's, other than those cracks, it's not bad. I really like it. I really, really like it. I think it's got potential, but I'm afraid that it's more work than, what we can take on. I don't know the first thing about working on fiberglass, and especially on RVs.
Me neither. Did you show them the best part, though? What I was talking about that I've never seen is this is an F-150.
Oh, yeah.
But it's got a 3/4 ton rear axle.
So, yeah, so it's a custom F-150. I mean, who knows? Because they left the F-150 springs on it, but it's got a 3/4 ton axle in the rear. So I don't know if that was an option, or someone did that. I mean, what do you think? Do you think it'll survive the trip back home?
I think it would make it.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like it's super structurally unsound by any means. It's just.
So what I was telling Justin
rough.
is that, like the molding, I guess, like it's all there. It's all in good shape. It's just the fiberglass and the frame around it is not ideal. So I'm kind of torn. It's cool. I mean, look at that spare tire carrier right there.
It's got the right amount of nostalgia to it. Old school.
Make a cover, BDD or something. Definitely cool, but it's just gonna need some work. I don't know, man. Should we try and fire it up? It's got the best engine ever made. Got the good old 300 inline 6. I mean, this thing, it's gotta run, right? C6 transmission behind it, so basically bulletproof.
I was gonna say, this thing is unstoppable. An unstoppable force.
I mean, hit the key, see what it does. Pretty sure it's in there.
That thing's gonna be deader than a doornail. It's got 2 batteries on it.
Yeah, wow. Maybe a house battery and
It's like
a
a
truck
diesel,
battery.
but not. Oh yeah, she's dead. The key was in the on position already.
Yeah. I guess I'm gonna go get the jump box. He said that it ran. All right, Justin.
Ready?
Yep. Nothing.
We have stuff.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, now nothing. We don't got any go-go juices in JMR.
No go-go juice. Yes.
I mean, it sounds like it's spinning.
It's
good,
spinning
though.
over fine.
Oh, that hose is a little wet, so there's fuel in it. Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, it wants to.
It wants to. I mean, it sounds like it's not locked up or anything for sure.
Yeah, the engine sounds healthy.
Yeah.
Spinning over.
Sounds healthy. The front end, truck end looks beautiful. Just the freaking thing that we want it for is not there, you know? And I was telling Justin that I think the smart thing to do is kind of, I hate to not take it home, but I think it's going to be go back home, research and see how much of a headache it's going to be to reskin basically the whole thing before I commit to, you know, taking on the project. Yeah, man.
I mean,
That's it, dude.
it looks pretty sweet to me.
I think it's gonna go home there, man.
It's a little taller, but that's not the end of the world.
No, I mean we got tools, we got welders. Ain't no big deal.
I mean, that's pretty sweet looking.
I like it, dude. I think it was built for your truck. Yeah, it's gotta come down like 4 inches. 4 or 6 inches. Yeah. Damn.
It follows the cab lines really good though.
It does. Now you gotta make some aluminum ranch hand bumpers.
Yeah, it just needs to come down a little bit. The rest of it looks good. It looks good on the sides.
Well, buddy, that was disappointing.
For you, I got me a dadgum headache, right, brother?
Well, you know, I'm happy for you. I'm disappointed. Definitely should have came out here before I dragged you out here. But
Hey,
it looks solid in the pictures.
we had to test the old turbo setup somehow.
Truck is running phenomenal, guys.
Yeah,
Definitely.
unbelievably well.
Well, we'll check back in when we get back to the shop. I have quite a few other projects that I gotta tackle, so we'll check back in once we're back. Alrighty, guys, so we're back at the shop, and well, for one, excuse the sweaty mess that I am right now. It is boiling hot here in Arizona, and then it looks like it wants to rain. And obviously when it rains or it wants to rain, it gets slightly more humid and it makes everything worse. But anyways, it was definitely a bummer that we couldn't buy that camper. I was excited for that thing for like 2 weeks. You know, I talked back and forward with the owner. Really nice gentleman, although I feel a little bit lied to. The two things that I asked him was like, I don't care in what condition the interior is in, as long as the body of the truck is in good shape and the body of the camper is in good shape. And he's like, yeah, no, you're just gonna have to fix up the interior a little bit, you know, that's it. I'm like, all right, that's fine. And yeah, we showed up, and yeah, the body was in great shape. I'm pretty sure that the actual truck, the camper, had only about 69,000 miles. It was clean. You know, the camper was definitely destroyed. All the wood that I touched on that thing was rotten. And I'm pretty sure if I pushed hard enough on that fiberglass, I would have, you know, pushed my hand through it. And I do gotta thank Justin, because I was honestly thinking about buying it, but he told me, he's like, hey, if it was me and if it was my product, I wouldn't buy it. He's like, it's more work than it's worth. And honestly, that's true. And he's like, that's gonna take way too long to fix. And given the fact that I have a few projects here of my own that I haven't been able to get to, you know, we're gonna invest that time and that money into, you know, working on those projects, which one of the things that I want to do right now is install this fridge that I got from SetPower a few weeks ago into the back of the single cab, this beautiful truck that we have. The weather should hopefully, you know, come down at least a little bit, and you know, I want to go take out my family camping or just on little picnic trips. And the SetPower DT55 is really going to help with that. This thing's a pretty cool freezer that they sent us, dual zone. So you've got, I believe all of it can freeze, or you can set it to dual zone where that can freeze or this can freeze, and the other side can be your fridge. And we did already actually use this thing on our trip out to Colorado for the 4th of July. And it was pretty cool because we threw this in the back of my wife's car, and we threw a lot of the food that we ended up eating over there while we're on our trip. And then obviously a lot of the food that we actually took on the road trip itself, which was cool because it saved us money and time while being over there. So again, this thing really came in clutch, and it's, I believe, 59 quarts, dual zone. It even comes with an app that you can control, you know, obviously the fridge from your phone, the temperatures, all that stuff. It's got a super easy interface right here to set your, you know, dual temperatures. You can even have your compressor speed, and it also has a pretty cool feature where it will protect your battery from draining too much. That way, if you're, you know, camping overnight or stuff like that, you want to be able to start your car. So instead of keeping your battery draining, it'll shut itself off and save your battery power. Really cool, a little product that we've really been wanting, because like I said, like I've been saying, I really want to get into a little bit more camping, a little bit more overlanding. It sounds really fun to me. So what we got to do today to install this in the back of the truck is two things. I gotta make a couple little brackets to actually be able to hold it in the back of the truck without it going everywhere. And the second part is we gotta install this 12-volt outlet somewhere here in the back of the truck so that we can actually power this thing. So I already have one half of it figured out. I already have the brackets. We just gotta, you know, cut them on the laser somewhere over there and bend them. And I just gotta wire up that thing to the battery. It should hopefully be pretty easy, but you know how things are. As far as the brackets that we were making to hold that thing, well, let me go show you. This was my first design for it. Basically a tray that we were gonna, you know, bolt to the bed in 4 corners. But then literally as soon as I was done with that thing and getting ready to send it to the laser, I'm like, wait, that's kind of a stupid design. One, because if it rains or anything like that, the thing's gonna fill with water. It's not gonna drain very well. And it's just way too overly complicated. Like, it's way more material than it has to be. It's more work than it has to be. I had to do 4 bends, 4 welds. It made no sense, honestly. So then I went back to the drawing board and we came up with this, a much simpler design, just a normal bracket. It's only gonna take 1 bend. We even threw our little logo in there, and we'll just make 2 of these, secure them to the bed, and then strap the cooler. That way there's no water pooling problems or anything like that. But yeah, now that I have that, I'm gonna send it to the laser. Let's go cut it, let's go bend it, let's go throw it on the bed. And once we have the cooler where I want it, we'll go ahead and wire it up and have a functioning cooler in the back of the OBS. So we're gonna go ahead and use our G-Wick laser. This thing has been amazing. Like, it is hard to believe how good, how fast it cuts, and how easy it's been to actually learn and use this thing. I'm honestly super impressed with it. Obviously I'm going to show you cutting, but it's honestly nuts. It is nuts how fast and how clean it cuts. I have been having I was having problems getting 3/8 dialed in. It literally took me like 2 days. First going back and forth with their tech support, which honestly they're great, but there's only so much they can do not being here, actually seeing the part, seeing how it's cutting. So we were doing our best, sending videos back, you know, over to them, them sending me, you know, adjustments that I could do until I can honestly feel confident enough on myself to tinker with it, which I did the last day. And I was able to get that 3/8 cutting beautifully. Let me see if I can find some. That's what we were able to get the 3/8 cutting like. Honestly, pretty happy with myself that I was able to get, you know, that material cutting the way that it was. And just in case you're wondering, like, this is the interface to this machine. So like right now we're gonna cut that bracket and a couple other things. So I'm actually gonna do a nest. So I'm gonna delete all these parts, import new parts. Okay, so I found the two things that I wanna cut. So I just chooses them, it imports them over here. I actually like clicking on the file and kind of opening it up and seeing if there's anything that I don't want to cut. Like these lines, I don't need them, so I'm gonna delete it. And everything else looks good. So I'm gonna go ahead, tell it that I want 2 of those cut, and we'll cut 2 of these. These are her little bottle openers that I'm trying out. I don't even know if they're gonna work out or not. The next thing is we're gonna do a nest, and then I actually gotta modify the dimensions on this thing, so it's actually gonna be 40. But anyways, I'm gonna just go ahead and get everything else ready. I'm sure you guys don't want to see all that boring stuff. So once it's actually cutting, I'll show you how cool this machine is. One thing that I do want to show you before it starts cutting is this really cool feature that it has where it'll find the edges of the sheet and square itself to it. So like, even if I drop the sheet in there, which this obviously comes out, but if I drop the sheet on the bed and it's not perfectly square, it doesn't really matter because this thing will find the sheet and then it'll adjust the program so that it cuts square on the machine, which is really cool. So let's check that out. So right there is just scanning the sheet. You do gotta tell it what size the sheet is, but other than that, that's all it needs. It is so fast. It is scary fast, honestly. So yeah, right now it's telling me that it adjusted it almost a quarter of a degree, 0.28. So yeah, everything's good right now. So I'm gonna go ahead, do this thing called framing, make sure that everything is where it's supposed to be. Obviously it is, because the machine itself checked it. So now we're gonna cut. And that's not sped up or anything, like that's how fast it's cutting. That's crazy, guys. That's it. That took a minute and a half. It's gone now. But yeah, that took a minute and a half. And like, just wait until you see how clean this thing is. It's crazy. But yeah, I was all zoomed in on you guys. Sorry, I didn't realize. But yeah, this thing is crazy. Like, and yeah, obviously the bed comes out all on its own. But yeah, check out those parts. It's like, the detail is crazy. Super crazy. I'm beyond happy with this machine. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, get these parts out, and get them ready for them to be bent. Also, these little magnets are amazing. But yeah, like, check out this part. Like, that's beautiful. Hopefully it works out as a bottle opener. But, I mean, just check it out. Now we just gotta run this side through the belt sander and it'll be done. And there we go. Ready for the bender. For the press brake. And there we go, guys. Other than a little bit of paint, this thing is ready to go on the truck. Alrighty, guys, so now that we have the brackets kind of made up how we want them, now I gotta see exactly where I want this thing thinking like right here. So this one's good, that one's great. But this other side, I freaking didn't leave enough space for the plug. Dang it, you always gotta leave space for the plug. So anyways, not a big deal. I can fix that in 5 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead, redo that, and we'll be back. Okay guys, so we went ahead and got our new bracket made with some space for that plug, and we went ahead and painted both of them, and now they look nice and clean and ready to hold down this cooler. That's about where we want the cooler. So I'm gonna mark the spot where I want the brackets, which is gonna be about there. Same on the other spot. And then we've got some 1/4 riv nuts that we're gonna use, 3 per bracket, and that should be more than enough to hold that cooler in place. So I'm gonna go ahead, get all that set up. So because I know that this thing's gonna clear the bracket, I'm gonna remove the plug to have a little bit more space to work. So we'll start with this side. You guys know that I love tools and gadgets. So I went to my local hardware store the other day and I found this marker pen. It's mostly for like construction stuff, but as you can see, it worked perfect for that. So it's just kind of like shock. It comes off pretty easy. And it has this tipped head that fits perfectly in a hole like that. And then you just press it in and it leaves you a perfect mark of where you want to drill. So I'm gonna go ahead, do the same for the other side. We'll move the cooler out of the way, drill the holes, do the riv nuts, and we should be set. Alrighty guys, so we got all 6 holes drilled. I did end up putting a little stopper on my drill bit because right underneath there's a fuel tank. So you want to make sure that you don't hit that. So I did a little stopper about, it started like at 3/8 from the tip. Ended up now like a 1/2 inch. That should hopefully help you not punch through and go into the fuel tank. So now that we have the holes drilled, we'll go ahead and punch in the riv nuts and we'll be good. Now, if you guys don't have a riv nut tool, you need to get one. These things are freaking awesome. There's one. And I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest. Alrighty guys, so we got all the holes drilled out and we're gonna go ahead and throw on our brackets and hopefully everything fits as it should. One thing that I'm thinking is that these bolts might be too long for this side right here due to the fuel tank, but we'll see. Yeah, that one's too long. Luckily, I have better looking and shorter bolts. Alrighty guys, and just like that, we got the brackets on the truck. And obviously, whenever we're not using the cooler, if we want to, we can just take these brackets off, throw the bolts back in there, and it'll be like nothing was ever there. So nice, clean, simple. I'm gonna go ahead, throw the cooler on there, strap it down, and then start working on running the 12-volt power source to it. I got the wiring down most of the way. Well, no, the wiring's all the way done. The only thing is that I wanted to install this on the inside skin of the bed, but I couldn't find a hole saw big enough to fit this. So for now, we're just gonna run it like this, test it, throw some Coca-Colas in the cooler, some ice cream, see how it works. And this is literally the last thing we gotta do before that's done. So let's plug this in. We're plugged in here. However, we do still gotta throw the fuse on the fuse holder. Hopefully it doesn't pop. Hopefully, okay. Did not pop, and I heard a beep over by the cooler, so let's go see if it's on. It is on. You can't really tell because of how bright the sun is. It's definitely on. That's awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead. I went yesterday and I bought a whole bunch of stuff to fill this thing with. I did. I know. My wife behind the camera is laughing at me. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, get this thing stocked up, and just show you how much room is in this thing. And obviously, like, this is not the proper way. Like, you can't reach it, you know. Welcome to lifted truck world life. But the idea was not to use it like this, and I might still change this. This truck's not the final resting place for this cooler. It's on the white truck that's a lot lower. This is kind of my idea for using this. Again, I don't know how practical it's gonna be, and it is gonna live here until we have the other truck done. For now, I'm pretty happy with this. I'm gonna go ahead, grab all the goodies, stock it up, and we'll go ahead and test it. I also wanna see how long this thing will be basically powered before it turns off due to that battery safety mode that it has. So again, really curious about that, because I'd rather test that here with the truck on the shop where I can jump start it than testing it when we're out in the middle of nowhere. So yeah, I'll be right back. Got my goodies. I don't know if you guys can tell, But it's a miserable, humid, nasty, disgusting day. So again, because we have a freezer, we got some ice cream, and fight me, this is the best ice cream out there, hands down. Bluebell homemade vanilla. I'll fight you over that. Mountain Dew 0, because we know we're trying to watch our figure. And then because we're healthy, again, I'll fight you over this. This yogurt, Noosa or whatever, amazing. The best. We have all of these goodies. And then because what's better than root beer float? Mexican Coke float. So we got some Mexican Cokes for our ice cream. Like, this thing's not even like halfway full yet. Like, there is so much more room here for whatever other snacks you might want. So we'll leave this here for a little bit, make sure that everything's working properly, and then we'll enjoy some ice cream, some soda, some yogurts, you know, whatever else we want to throw in there. We'll go ahead and leave this thing here for, I don't know, 30 minutes. Again, I'm just genuinely curious to see how long this thing will be powered by the truck's batteries. I really hope that it's longer than like 30 minutes, because if it's not, it kind of, you know, sucks. But for now, it's still on. It's actively cooling. Again, it's a miserable, hot, surprisingly humid day for Arizona. So I don't know how long this thing's gonna take to cool. I have it on max setting, battery protection low, so we'll see. Okay guys, so we had this thing plugged in now for about, I don't know, 30 minutes. And it's still on. So it hasn't drained the battery yet. The freezer compartment, which by the way, I don't know if you mentioned this, you can have this be a freezer, that be a freezer, all of it be a freezer, or vice versa with the fridge. So you have control over everything and you can set it however you want. But right now this is the freezer, which is at 28 degrees, which is definitely frozen. And then right now this is at 46 degrees, so it's still not quite to the temperature that I set it at, but again, we haven't given it a really long time. First thing is the Coke, you know, Mexican like your boy. And we're gonna test out the new bottle opener. Hopefully it works. I haven't tested them out yet, but damn, needs a tweak. But I mean, everything's a bottle opener, you know. If you know, you know. Oh my goodness, that's good. Awesome. Not okay. So this thing, I made it out of 10 gauge, and I think it's too thick. I think maybe like 14 gauge is going to be the trick for these things. Another thing that I want to do, and some of you have asked me about doing this, it's kind of replacing these panels and putting like cup holders and stuff. And you know what? That's a solid idea. Maybe not having the truck so lifted would be nice too. Look at that. Nice and frozen. Did you see that? God, this heat is killing me, guys. But you know, this is going to be the solution to all my problems. Now, I will say, SetPower doesn't recommend you putting the fridge outside in the elements, and it makes sense, but there's only so much room inside of the OBS, you know? Oh my goodness. I don't know about you guys, but that little foam is the best part. That was worth it. Now just imagine you're out there camping in the middle of the desert, like we are right now, and you get to eat a little ice cream float. Little Mexican Coke ice cream float. My mood is directly correlated to my heat level. I think the whole world cooled down. Did you feel that? All right, guys. But I'm gonna keep enjoying my ice cream float. Again, huge bummer that we couldn't pick up that camper, but I think the SetPower made up for that. Again, a huge thank you to them, guys. We'll leave a link down below to where you can get your own SetPower fridge. Again, if you guys are into camping, stuff like that, road trips, this thing comes in super clutch. Right now it's actually on sale for $350 on their website with free shipping. It's a hell of a deal for a great product. Go check them out. And again, just leave a like, leave it in comments. Don't forget to subscribe, hype the video, whatever's new, and we'll see you in the next one. I'm such a fat kid. Rednecks put pools in the bed of their trucks.
We're not rednecks.
We Mexicans put beer and ice in the back of our trucks. I don't know if you've seen that. Okay. I don't know which one's better.
The beer, nice.